Hi everybody, it's me Joe, and in this short video I'd like to tell you my number one tip for finding grammar mistakes in sentences. I teach at a university in Canada, and I teach this method to all of my students, no matter what level they are, because if you use this method, you will be able to find lots of grammar mistakes that you have made, and you'll be able to fix them. And instantly, your English writing will improve. All right? So before I tell you, make sure that you have hit the subscribe button and like, and also, if you can, tell all your friends and your enemies about this video. Really important. I want everybody to learn. Okay? So now, the first thing that you have to do when you're looking for mistakes in sentences is you have to understand what sentences have. A lot of students think the mistakes will only fall into one category, and that is very difficult grammar or very, very difficult or high-level vocabulary. And that's not the truth. Most of the mistakes that students make are basic common mistakes in the nouns and in the verbs. Why is that? The reason why most of your mistakes are going to be in the nouns and verbs is because every sentence has a noun and a verb. Okay? If you don't have a noun and you don't have a verb, then you can't make a sentence. So every sentence has at least one noun and one verb, usually more than one. So, for example, let's take the first kind of mistake, and that's singular plural mistakes. Many students will forget to put an S at the end of a word. So they'll say things like, I saw my two friend the other day. Not really right. I'm going to the store to buy 3 apples. No. Everybody can understand what you mean, but it's not grammatically correct. So what I want you to do now is I want you to look at, on the whiteboard, I'm going to show you some examples of these kinds of mistakes. See if you can see the mistakes and tell me how they're fixed. All right? Okay, here we are with 3 example sentences. Let's take a look at them and see if we can find the singular plural mistake. It's always with a noun. So the first one, my father has 2 cars. Right? Can you see the mistake? It's right there. If you have number 2, it should be cars. Right? It's not 2 car. But sometimes students say it that way. They forget the S. Okay? The next one. Many friends came to my party. So I think the person means many friends, but they forgot the S. So maybe this person meant many friends came to my party. So let's put an S in there. Many friends came to my party. Just check the nouns and see if you can find the mistake. Here's the last one. My girlfriend has 2 boyfriends. Wait a minute. Okay, that's a really bad example, but just in case it is true, my girlfriend has 2 boyfriends. There should be an S here. Okay? And now I think I will go call my girlfriend and double check something. So it's easy to find singular and plural mistakes if you just look at all the nouns and ask yourself, do I mean one or more than one? If you do that, then there's no way you can miss a singular plural mistake. You just look at the nouns. Do I mean car or cars? Do I mean friend or friends? Do I mean boyfriend or boyfriends? Okay? All right. The next common mistake that I want you to learn about is subject-verb agreement. This is another common place where people make mistakes in sentences. The subject has to agree with the verb. So that means Now, there's one example. Joe likes blue, right? The color blue. Joe likes. All right. Those two people, they like blue. Joe likes, they like. Okay? That's the rule we're talking about. Subject verb agreement. So what you have to do then is read your sentence and look for the verb and then check to see if the verb agrees with the subject. If it agrees with the subject, you're fine. Keep going. If it doesn't agree with the subject, then you got to fix it. This is a common mistake because, again, there's a subject and there's a verb in every sentence. Now, let's take a look at some examples so you can test that out and see if you can find the subject-verb agreement mistakes. Okay, here are 3 more examples of sentences that have problems. Let's look at the first one. My father have 2 cars. Now there's a mistake there. Look at the verb have. Does it agree with the subject father? Father have, he have? No, it should be my father has 2 cars. Okay, maybe you have a rich father and he has 2 cars, or maybe your father likes to steal cars. I'm not sure. The second one, many people likes me. All right, find the verb. The verb is likes, and the subject is people. So, people likes. People means they. They likes. Should it be they likes? No. It should be many people like me. Okay? That's the way you got to do it. The last one, my girlfriend want to break up. So I think this one is connected to the last example with the 2 boyfriends. Should it be my girlfriend want? Want is the verb. Girlfriend is the subject. My girlfriend want, she want, or she wants. Right? It should be she wants to break up. Okay? Those are great examples of subject-verb agreement mistakes. Now, that's the way you find subject-verb agreement mistakes. Check the verb and make sure it agrees with the subject. Now, the final kind of mistake that is easy to find if you know what you're looking for is tense mistakes. These are also located in verbs, all right? And every sentence has a verb, so these kinds of mistakes are very common. What you have to do is find the verb in your sentence and then ask yourself, do I mean right now or do I mean at another time? Okay? Do I mean now or do I mean in the past or in the future? Right? Am I using this verb in the correct tense? All right? Let me show you a couple more examples so you can see what I mean. Okay, here are some sentences that have tense mistakes in them, and you can find them by checking the verbs and asking that question, do I mean now or do I mean at another time? So let's look at the first one. Back in high school, I have a lot more hair. So the verb is have. That's the present tense. Do we mean the present tense? Because we're talking about back in high school. I'm not a high school kid anymore. So, and it also says back. So we got to change have to had. Back in high school, I had a lot more hair. And that's true. Next one. I meet my wife in 1991 at a party. Which one is the verb? The verb is meet. But this is taking place in 1991. That's a long time ago. So we got to change the word meet. It's not the right tense. So we should change meet to met. I met my wife in 1991 at a party. All right? If you look at the verbs and ask yourself the right question, do I mean now or at another time, you will be able to find and fix your tense mistakes. So, once again, those are the three most common types of mistakes: singular plural, subject-verb agreement, and tense. And they are easy to find if you look at the right places and you ask the right questions. So you got to look at the nouns and ask yourself, do I mean one or more than one? You got to look at the verbs. And first you ask yourself, does the verb agree with the subject? Right? He likes, I like, she likes, they like. All right, it's got to agree. And the last one, look at the verb and ask yourself, do I mean now or at some other time? Okay? Now, let me show you three more examples of sentences with mistakes in them. And I'm going to let you pause, right? I'm going to let you pause the video and you try to answer them, try to fix them before I tell you what's wrong. Okay? Okay. Here are the three sentences. Let me read them to you. My friend Jordan and Will are both really funny guys. Number 2, my classmates hates teachers who yell at them all the time. And number 3, my stupid friend break his foot after he fell off a table while dancing. Okay, so right now I want you to pause the video and see if you can find the mistakes before I tell you. All right, so hit the pause button. All right, now we're back. I'm going to tell you what the mistakes are. I hope you were able to find them. So up at the top there, number 1, my friend Jordan and Will. How many friends are we talking about? One or more than one? Because there's the noun, and we got 2 names here. That should be friends. My friends. Okay? Number 2. Check the verb here. My classmates hates. That's the verb. What's the subject? Classmates. That means they. Does they agree with hates? They hates? Or it should be they hate. Right? My classmates hate teachers who yell at them all the time. Okay? And here's the last one. My stupid friend break his foot after he fell off a table while dancing. So this sentence has a couple of verbs. One of them is fell. The other one's break. So we have different tenses. Are we talking about something that's happening now or in the past? So you can't really talk about it right now, then it'd be currently, is breaking. But he fell off a table and maybe he broke his foot. All right, not break. This should be broke. My stupid friend broke his foot after he fell off a table while dancing. All right? I hope you got all those answers, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, tell all your friends, even your stupid friends, about this video so lots and lots of people can watch it and learn this way to improve your English. Okay? Bye-bye.